We're out here riding the side-by-side down near Fillmore, going to some lava tubes. And today we're going to talk about should you or should you not, or the positives and negatives of buying a side-by-side, because it's not something you really just want to jump into without thinking it through first. The enclosed trailer is so nice though. It's nice to get here and everything's just how you left it. The last few weeks at work, a lady I work with and her husband have been trying to decide should they spend the money on buying a side-by-side or not. So we're going to go through and let you know what we think of having ours, some of the positives and negatives that maybe could help you make your decision on whether you should buy one or not. Now, first thing, they're expensive. They are not cheap. It used to be you could get like a Razor for 10 grand, but like you're 20, 25, 30, heck, some of are up to like 50 grand. And if you're getting 4-seaters and all those sort of things, it's a huge financial commitment. So that's one thing to take into account is, do you want to spend the money on it, and are you going to be able to get your money out of it? Are you going to be getting your use out of it for the amount of money you spend? Like for us, last year we rode it like 3 times. We only have 900 miles on it and we've had it for 3-4 years. So we aren't getting as many miles as we would like, but we still love getting out and riding it. It's a lot of money to only ride it 3 times a year.
So a negative thing of having this ATV and the trailer actually is the issue of storage. So if you don't have ample room either in your garage, side of your house, somewhere to park the trailer, you've got that storage issue. Our ATV has been in the garage, so we've had to park both vehicles outside. Not that the truck was gonna fit in the garage anyways, but it does help take care of it. Sun rot, weather, all of that to keep it nice. Some people may think we are just trailer storage. Between this box trailer, our 5th wheel, and our bean now. Yes, so our storage is getting quite limited. But the nice thing about having the cargo trailer is that we can now store the ATV in the trailer and get our garage back.
One great thing about the side-by-side though is we can both go. Back when we had the 4-wheeler, we put the seat on the back, the whole thing, but it still wasn't that comfortable, right, Kara?
It was awful.
It was what?
Awful.
Awful. Yeah, I don't know if it's as fun for Kara to ride in here as drive it, because I usually do the driving, but it's pretty dang nice. Another thing you have to factor in when you're buying any side-by-side is the purchase is just the start. Then you have all the accessories and everything else. Heck, like our Cena headsets. I mean, nothing's cheap on these things. So once you buy it, you're not done. That's just where it starts. Another thing to take into account if you're looking at side-by-sides is they're going to be hot, noisy, dusty. Yeah, they ride super comfortable, but it doesn't matter which one you get. They're hot because the engine's right here or sitting right on. You're sitting on it. Not a great airflow, especially if you have a windshield. The windshield's really limited, but also if you have a windshield, it seems to suck the dust in and creates a circulation of dust in here. Usually we have our half windshield, which allows a little bit more ventilation and it sucks the dust back through, but we are getting dusted today for sure. And with the windshield as well, it holds some of the heat in. So just something to take into account. As comfortable as they are, it's still an off-road vehicle and it's going to be hot, dusty, and loud. Luckily we have our noise canceling Cena headphones, so Our music's playing through these, which is awesome. Don't have to have a big speaker system that's drowned out by your engine noise anyways. But they sure are a lot of fun, and their capabilities are endless. It just matters what you're looking to really do. One thing to think about if you're looking to buy a side-by-side is what type of side-by-side to buy. There's a lot of different versions. You can get a utility like the Ranger or Defender or something like that that's really good for all sorts of farm work, ranch work, all those sort of things. Heck, my dad uses his to push snow all winter long, and it works great. Then you have your sports utilities that are great for stuff like we're doing today. Just out here riding, but then you have the capability if you go hunting or, you know, doing some work that you have the tilt bed, those sort of things. And they ride really nice and they have plenty of power, and they're probably what most people really need when it comes to a side-by-side. We have the Sport, which really for most of the riding we do, we probably don't need it. It is nice when we head out the sand dunes those few times we've went, but for most people, I think the Sport utility would work, even though we all look at these, you know, the X3s and the Razors, and we're like, that's what we want. And that's what we have. So I know we're being hypocritical saying that's really not what most people need, but we enjoy it because the more suspension, the power, all that sort of stuff.
Some people may say, why do you need something like this when you can just get like a Jeep and still be able to drive your Jeep day to day? And they have a point. I will give them that. But this just gives you so many more options, places to go, more rugged, if that's the style of riding you want to do. But this is the style we like to do out in the rugged. Other areas we like to do is sand duning. So this is a very versatile toy, and we can still get out, see things, do things, and not be constrained inside a vehicle.
So if you made the decision to buy a side-by-side, then the question comes 2-seat or 4-seat. And I would honestly recommend 4-seat. It's just Kara and I, so we bought our 2-seat, but there has been a lot of times that we really wish we would have had a 4-seat because we had extra people to take or whatever, and the extra room would have been nice. It seems like every time we go out, there's other people that want to go, and we can't haul them with us, so they have to have their own or whatever. So a 4-seat, it would probably be really the most practical for most people. They are a little bit more expensive. You don't always have to take people with you, but at least you have the ability to. Now, we love our 2-seater because the mobility of it, it's smaller, it's easier to fit places, it's faster, all those sort of things. But a 4-seat is really something that a lot of people will probably lean towards. Also, the 4-seat gives more capability of packing more stuff with you than the 2-seat does. So just something to consider. I know the 2-seaters look a lot more fun, but the 4-seaters probably are more practical for, you know, 75% of the time. At least that's what we've found. In the end, it's a huge financial commitment, and you need to make sure that you're ready for that when you buy one of these. Because as much as we like to think we're going to use them, not all of us get to as much as we'd like to. So are you willing to have that financial commitment, but not ride it as much as you thought you would? Or heck, maybe you'll ride the heck out of it. It's just a matter of time and other toys and all that sort of stuff. Let us know what you think. Do you have a side-by-side? Do you like them? Have you had experience with them? Is it something you've been thinking about purchasing? We enjoy ours, but comment below. Let us know what you think. As always, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, all those sort of things. And above all else, enjoy your weekend.
you're one of those people that doesn't like getting dusty, you may want to second think getting an ATV. Because today's ride was a dusty one.
Well, that's a wrap. Let's go get a burger.